Hello everybody, welcome to Untappd Beer Reviews. Thanks for joining me for this review, which is for this Shipyard Portland American Dry Hopped Lager, coming at 4.5% ABV. This is available in lots of supermarkets at the moment. Got this in Tesco's, paid £2 for this. The only thing I would say about this, it's got a lot on the label, on the front label, about it's American, American dry hopped, Portland, Shipyard, a good American brewer, Maine, USA, pioneers of original American craft. But it's actually brewed by Marston's. Over here, it's brewed by Marston's in Wolverhampton. So I'm sure it's brewed to the American standard. Actually, I've reviewed a number of the Shipyard beers recently, and to be fair, they've all been brewed by Marston's, and they've all been pretty good, to be fair. So that has brewed. It's poured, slightly hazy. It's a golden colour, good carbonation, small white head. Let's get a sniff, shall we? A little bit of a grainy aroma to it, a hint of citrus, hint of floral. Yeah, not too fair to say it's dry hopped. It's the aroma. It's not coming through on much on the aroma, if I'm being brutally honest. See what it tastes like, shall we? Cheers, everybody. Well, it's a generous 660ml bottle. Let's get the rest of it in there, shall we? Initial view, it's a standard international type lager, not as carbonated as some, I have to say. Which means it slips down really, really well. Actually slips down very well. I want to take a few slurps of this simply because, well, one, it's a big bottle, I need to get through it, and two, yeah, it did. The initial slurp did taste a little bit like a normal bulk standard international lager. That's not particularly good. But actually, as I've had a few drinks, the flavour profile is changing. The hops are starting to build a good flavour. It's interesting, actually, a good case of this, because somebody made a comment that they like the fact that I drink all the beer as reviewing. I never used to, and I used to sit down after reviewing a drink and then finish it off in front of the telly, and then I used to sit there thinking, oh, but these flavours, these things, these profiles are developing, these aromas are developing. Oh, I wish I could have said a little bit more on the review, but I'd finished it by then. So now I do like to drink a whole drink, because if I'd taken a couple of little sips, which some reviewers do, and that's fine if that's the way they want to review it, absolutely no problem with that. You don't always get that full profile. You don't always understand what it's trying to bring you. because those flavours are building quite nicely. You're getting some light malt in there. It's a little bit sweet. It's coming from those light malts which you'd expect. It is a little bit sweet, a little bit caramelly, not a lot, just a little bit caramelly. But what's building is those hops, and there's a lovely lemon and floral element really building quite nicely. It's a really soft and smooth lager, so it's not highly carbonated like those international ones. It's fruity in the mouth, like I say, that fruitiness is building. It's slightly dry, but the biggest surprise for me is I think because that lack of carbonation, it lacks that crispness of a lager. Excuse me. Meaning, actually, it's got a very golden ale feel to it. That is like drinking more of a golden ale, more of a blonde. It could have done with a bit more flavour. Yes, it could have done. Although flavour profile was building, it could have done with a little bit more. That's not particularly cold as well. I've had that in. I did put that in the fridge for about half an hour because I think that's how I prefer to drink my lagers, just a little bit colder than normal. But yeah, it was okay. For me, it needed a little bit more. Just needed a little bit more. That was all. Score wise, I'm going to score that 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10 for Untappd reviews. Whatever you're drinking, please enjoy it. Until the next review, cheers everybody.